We back. I don't know how long it's gonna go for today. Mainly because I don't know how much we're gonna actually be able to do. So things of note that I did in my own time. There we go. I upgraded some of the crafters into tier 2s, and I upgraded a bunch of these into stack inserters. Which, oh, I keep accidentally doing that. I forget that Y is the jump button, not A. My current plan is to see if I have enough that if I just run this way, if I can't just replace everything. Or at the very least, everything that's over here. It's getting glitchy, but so far it's good. That's too much and way too glitchy. Was not happy about that, but we'll just change all of those. Do is run down here. Go you, and run down here. We're actually running out of electric motors, which is a little surprising, but also not a big deal. This bit I think is a bit unnecessary, but can't hurt to swap them. Doesn't mean everything is green, but a lot of stuff is green, and so a lot of stuff will just be moving slightly faster, which is nice. And then we should have all of the frames, circuits, and belts and mining charges that we need to upgrade Terminal Victor. Once again, I'm hitting A instead of Y to jump. Didn't realize I already put those in there, but fair enough.
Terminal upgraded. New technologies and recommended tasks available.
Bricks are already going too fast. But fuck it, we'll do another level. Eventually we'll even get rid of all of these. Just to start making fuel, which I want to do soon. If I can figure out where the fuel's at. There it is. So now we can essentially do everything we need for the biobrick fuel, biobrick diesel. And I might just set that up this time. Yeah, you know what? We can set that up. It's not too difficult. One thing we do need is one of these, which means we need a bit of electric motors, which should not be a big deal. Do this so I can actually tell what's what I'm looking at. Should be back here. There it is. Yeah. We got a lot of those. I might take another bunch of those because I had a lot. Did not think about it and ended up not a lot. One thing I have been noticing though is, and I would need to go to the other side of the factory. My line breaks every time I reload the game for iron. And the workaround is going to be simple. I just need to do this. And I'm just going to take this straight up. And then straight down. So that it stops getting stuck on the line like that. Because no matter what I do, there's always these two here, even though they're not real. And they get stuff stuck. We are going to run into an issue of power soon, but not quite yet, so that's fine. Now, let me get over here. What I want is for this to be different. It's going to be hard-ish to achieve, but not so hard that I can't do it. What I'm going to do is essentially go back here. Send this here. And then we make this into fabric diesel. Does that need a level 2 or can it work in a level 1? One way to find out. I would need a level 1 for that. Okay. Take a bunch of that. And take a bunch of that. And then regardless of if it needs it or not, we're solid. Doesn't. That's actually a good thing. So we need a crafter for coolant. Hmm. We don't need it for the infusion pack either. That's interesting. I didn't realize that would be the case. But I'm cool with that. Where's the coolant though? So this needs iron components, shiverthorn, and limestone. Let's start with the limestone. And by start with the limestone, I mean let's start with the shiverthorn. Because we're just going to pull it right off of this. Again, not my favorite idea, but for the most part, it's going to be most convenient. Okay, next we do the limestone. That's going to be too much of a pain to pull from there, so we're going to have to do it from this chest, which we have currently doing this to craft this, to build this, to do this, so it's wasting a lot of our limestone. I was cutting it off before, but I stopped because I figured it didn't matter. But I also thought it would be done by now. So let's cut it off here for now. Get this one off at one set. Then hopefully that can finish soon. And then there's two things I want to do. First being this, I guess. Which means we should probably do it like this. Just go straight around this because it's fine like that. Yeah. So the first thing I want to do is actually make a smelter. Means this can go like this, just like this. We probably have a smelter somewhere. We do not appear to. Cool. What am I missing? Limestone? How ironic. There we go. That's enough for one furnace. We have two already. Well, whoop-de frickin' do. I'm an idiot. Thanks for noticing. Start cooking that. Pull it out. Build the line. so that can start going into there. And then we actually go to our red stuff. Ah, keep getting shoved around. Okay. Burger King, and I walk back home. Burger King. Just got that stupid fucking meme of a song in my head. Meme of a song. It's literally a meme song. So I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever. All possible, just come straight back here. Build that. Craft. All of those. Pull that from there and put it there. Wait for the stuff to come down the line. Nice. And that should basically be providing us with a really good amount of limestone. Where we don't have to mine it anymore. I put these here. I thought they would still take fuel. They did not. I don't remember if I did that on stream. And so I got rid of the lines. I think I did that on stream, but still. Yeah, that should be sending limestone now down the path. Well, not limestone down the path, but you know what I mean. Should be good on that now. So it's receiving the blue stuff. Now we need to get the limestone actually to this point. Which isn't such a hard thing to do. Sounds harder than it is. We just pull out here. Build as many of these as we can. Realize we don't have enough. It's either the Shiverthorn extract that we're missing. A little inside, but have plenty. Looks a little goofy, but it should be fine. Oop. That's the limestone. So now we need just gonna do that. Now we just need the iron components. I should have them building somewhere, but I could be wrong. And honestly, I'm probably wrong. Okay. So let's build a crafter for iron components. We're saying every step of the process. Using iron or copper? Copper. I figured that might be the case. Lost in the house, lost in the house. Okay. Now we can build a crafter. Space. Let's build some space. See what happens. Fair enough. Means it needs to be like that. Make it iron components. A little conveyor belt. There we go. Now we should build a chest for these. Because, you know, I love having extra space for stuff, even if it's shenanigans that I probably won't need more than one or two things for. Nice. So that should be making the coolant, which is going to go into here. That's already getting the bricks, and then we just need this to go into that chest. By that I mean we need to stick this in another crafter. This is the unrefined biobrick. What we want is refined biobrick, which we get from biobrick diesel infusion pack. Means we need that Atlanta mixture in carbon powder. Gonna build a couple of those so that we can go get the Atlanta mixture. We have plenty of that. Plenty, plenty, plenty. It's of course not building anymore, but this is also not smelting anymore because this chest is full. So I think it'll be fine. Hmm. Where's this conveyor belt getting stuck at? That's why. I'm just an idiot. I was hitting swap variant, not bend. Yeah, it wasn't even something that needed. Yeah, I know there's insufficient resources, my guy. Swap variant, please. No, because now you're actually struggling for legitimate reasons. Instead of goofy nonsense you were doing. Okay, so it's gonna get this, which is slowly but surely getting the stuff it needs. It's of course gonna take a while before it gets this, because this takes forever, but once it has it, it's gonna have basically an unlimited supply. Which honestly it's about to, so that's good. I'd love to stick this in a chest and then drop it down here and into this, but for now, I can't worry about it. Okay. So now we need carbon powder. Right now, our only way of getting carbon powder, I believe, is by smelting ceramics or threshing ceramics, one of the two. Matter bricks. Okay, I was wrong. Ah, that's pain. Is there a different one for these? No. Doesn't even have the thing. Let's check the research because it should be in here somewhere. Ceramic threshing into gravel. That's what I was thinking. Okay. So we actually should do the thing with the chest. Pull out this way. Place it in a simple little chest right here. Pull out of this chest. Go. Up. What? Try that again. Go up. Over this. Down this. Up this for here. And then we will pull out this way. There we go. Up. Bend here. Down here. Shit, that's not what we want. In fact, we should do it like here. Into the smelter, I believe. Which also means we need to bring fuel here, but for now it's fine. And then we'll pull out of this. Stick this in a chest. Pull out of the chest. And because this is just right here, just place it right here. And again, this is kind of like a eventually this will work out kind of thing. For now, we're waiting on this to probably fill up this line, which it seems to be doing awfully quick. Still taking a while for this, but that's mostly just because we're actually not growing enough anymore. I don't think that, or it needs to be swapped to a green thing, and it just didn't in that big swap fest, which is possible. It looks like it's grabbing two at a time, which would indicate to me that I'm right about this whole stick thing. This stick situation. Yep. We're basically in a situation where we don't have enough stuff threshing the sticks out. Mainly because we're not growing quick enough. And that's kind of just like a farm issue. But either waiting until we get enough and eventually it works, or just manually pulling some of this out, which I'm going to do right now. And just having it work how I want it to. Just so we can make sure the process gets a rolling. I wonder how much this creates. I would hope a lot, because it's pretty expensive. And this isn't a super big deal to have this running right away, because everything takes so long that it's going to be a while anyway. Just kind of want to see how much it does. Oh yeah, it does like 60. That's going to be way more than enough. So that's going to start crafting that, which we can pull out. And we stick it in a thresher. Which I'm surprised that we do actually have. For now, we can just pull these straight out. Eventually, well, no, actually, I guess for logistical reasons, just 2 at a time, so it's gonna take a while. For logistical reasons and later on reasons, we're gonna make these purple. Especially because it's not gonna pull out so many that it matters right now. So one of these is going to be impure, and the other one is going to be pure. And what will eventually happen is we'll pull the impure out and put it somewhere else instead. Because it can be like put back in the system to be turned into pure. I don't think it can just straight up be turned into pure, but it can be broken down for its raw materials and put back in the system. Which we might just ignore that factor altogether when we actually go to deal with it, but for now it doesn't matter. So we're not going to have enough conveyor belts to do this quite yet. We need iron. Fair enough. We don't really have any iron at the moment though, which is questionable, but not that questionable because kind of the obvious situation. We will steal these though. That should give us enough that we can at least connect this back. Even if it's not the greatest connection in the universe. Just straight overhead. We're missing one conveyor belt. Ugh. You're sick. Sick in the head game. We only need like 1 ingot. More set. I was wrong. But still. Not very much. That should send that down the line to everywhere. Which means the only thing that really needs to be checked it's going to Lima. And I did disconnect that long belt I had that wasn't going anywhere. So that now it only has stuff going to machines. So it doesn't just back up endlessly. For no reason, at least. I don't think we're ever gonna run into the situation where it matters, but we're just gonna swap all of these to pure and impure. Can I reach these? Here. So all of those are pure and impure. These are still the same, which is good. Nothing's getting caught up on the line, I hope. Good. I don't see this as a bad thing in a sense of several of the systems we wanted to set up later, or we kept putting off until later, are now set up, which is nice. We're just gonna stick all of this in here so we don't have to worry about it. To wait a while for this to finish its little run through. This is waiting on those as always. It's output. Strange. What's going on here? Ah, because it's like this. Okay. Swap that. Race it back a couple. See if I can't. Do this. This. And a chest would fit nicely right there. If I can make one. Not have 6 iron. Cool. I need 22 iron in total. Fair enough. This probably isn't the most efficient way of doing this, but it's the easiest for now. I think that needs to be there. I don't know why it was there. I probably originally intended to have that run different, but whatever. Now that can back up in the chest and it can continue to craft food instead of taking years longer than it needs to do that. And then if I ever want to expand the system, I have a chest full of biobrick. So that's now crafting that. So it crafts 3 pure and 7 unpure, 10 in total. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is, really, compared to a lack of fuel. That makes sense. The lack of, for lack of a better word, fuel power contained within the other stuff, the biobricks themselves. These were actually getting behind, which is interesting, but also not really a big deal. Let's release these limits. These limits. Let that go back to doing what it was doing. We have plenty of fuel. I could create a system for gravel, but we don't really make clay parts fast enough because we don't really have seeds fast enough growing and threshing and all that. Fiber. Technically, I could wash sticks and run the wash sticks through a thing, and I think they would. No, they wouldn't get the plant matter fiber. Huh. But I can get plant matter fiber from plant matter frames. So technically I could wash sticks, make frames, and then make those frames into plant matter fiber, and then make that plant matter fiber to plant matter, which is like the reverse of what I'm doing essentially right now, which seems kind of extra. It's not a horrible way to do about it. I could also make plant matter bricks into plant matter, or plant matter fiber, which then I could turn into plant matter. Huh. It's just as much of a hassle, but honestly could still be worth it. I don't know how I'm gonna go about that. I'll figure that out later. I really like that everything backs up. It's very satisfying. Fortunately, it looks like this isn't getting copper, but that's fair because the copper would need a backup in some of our other systems. And if I can stop bonking my head, I could show you that it technically is. It just needs to fill this chest. Still going to some of these, but it's kind of filling up the systems as is. Okay. So Terminal Victor is pretty much done. For now, at least. Oh, it does have one more level. Is there anything interesting on that level in anything? Not really, as far as I can tell. Which means we will, in fact, remove that. 500 circuits, which I think I put in, and then the iron frames and copper frames, which we're mostly just kind of waiting because if I go over here, you can see that it's still crafting these. These will be full up soon. I just let them stack. I don't know if that's the right word to use. I'll let them do what they want to do for now. Let's start with the unnecessaries. These. Every single one of these is green. There's the one I knew I missed. So all of those. Seeing a whole lot of these. The chest of these will probably never get full up, but The fact that it's even slightly getting filled up is nice. We're gonna leave. Well, I was gonna say one normal inserter, but I don't even have one of those. But never mind. I don't really care about the pinks. That's essentially where we're at. I could technically do steel slabs right now, but I don't really want to. So yeah. That's I know we started a little late and we're ending a little early, but that's about all I can do right now. Mostly we're just waiting. And so I'm gonna do that off stream so that it's not just 3 hours of me sitting here doing nothing. Sure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.